Welcome to your notes on levels of organization. This is specifically going to be on ecological organization. Don't forget to fill in your outline as you go, and at the end, please label the picture. So we're going to start with the smallest. Okay, so the smallest level of organization is an organism. An organism is a living thing. That's all the word means. So an individual living thing is an organism. So it could be a mammal, a wolf, it could be a reptile like a tortoise, it could be a tree like the redwoods. I am not sure if that's a crocodile or an alligator, and octopus. So just one individual is an organism. When you put a bunch of organisms together that are of the same species, so the same type, like if you put a lot of wolves together or a lot of redwood trees together, you're going to get a population. So that is the number of a specific species in a specific area. So, for example, this is a population of lionesses. So lions, these are female lions. This is a specific species. They are all lions. They all live in the same area. Okay. So you can have multiple populations of lions. They're all lions, but they're just in different areas. Okay. Population of elephants, so just elephants. We have hammerhead sharks, and this goes for plants too. So if you have one area with one type, you're looking at that specific population. When you put a bunch of different populations together, you get a community. So a community is all living things in a given area, plants and animals. So in this picture, the lion, the wildebeest, the grass, the bushes, the trees, this makes up the community. It's all the living things. In this coral reef, the fish, the coral, those make up the community. Okay? If you take Anaheim High School as an example, the community would be the people, all the plants you see on campus, and all the different animals, the pigeons, the feral cats, the spiders. That makes up our community of Anaheim High School. When you put parts of your communities together, you get an ecosystem. So ecosystem is all living and non-living things in a given area. So again, this same picture. So we have our living fish, we have coral, and then we have non-living, like the rocks, the water, the sunlight, the air that's in the water, the sand on the floor that you cannot see. That makes up an ecosystem. Okay, so here we have ecosystem, we have our living things like plants and animals, and we have our non-living things like rocks and water. That makes an air. That makes up an ecosystem. So again, using Anaheim High School as our example, so we have all of our living things, people, plants, animals, plus the non-living things, the dirt, the buildings, the cement. That makes up Anaheim High School's ecosystem. When you put a bunch of different ecosystems together, you get something called a biome. Okay? So these are specifically terrestrial biomes. Terrestrial just means land, surface. And these are regions that share a similar climate. So what is climate? That is temperature and rainfall. So that means like the tropical forest, this is tropical rainforest, that's dark green area. These are all areas that have similar temperatures and they have similar amounts of rain every year. And you can see these kind of go in strips across the planet. And that's because of the latitude lines. So it's going to be colder up here. This is right by the equator, so they tend to have the same temperature, but they have similar climates. So that's a biome. Okay. When you put the biomes of the world together, you get the biosphere. This is the biggest level. Okay? So this is where life exists on the planet, on the surface, or in the air, or in the water. Okay, so this is the biosphere. This is the biggest level. Organism was the smallest. Okay. Don't forget to finish filling in your notes and to fill in the chart at the end. So again, we have our individual or our organism. So you can put either of those here. So individual or organism. This is an elk. When you put all of the same type of animal or plant together, you get a population. So we're using elk again. When you have the whole herd, that's the population. The community is all the living things. So it's the individual, it's the population, plus it's the moose, all the plants. I think that's a bobcat, the owl, the beaver, the rabbit, the tree. An ecosystem is all of the living things plus all the non-living things like the water and the air and the dirt and the rocks. Okay? The ecosystem makes up biomes, and biomes make up the biosphere. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.